Hi guys, today's video is going to be a first green day bounce trade review. So when a stock has had a big run up, it's pulled back and then I'm looking to play it for a bounce. I'm quite excited by this trade because I actually managed to identify the setup, execute and take a profit. I am paper trading at the moment, but I am taking it seriously and I'm just happy to have had a good thesis and being able to take a decent percentage gain and also starting to see some real progression in my trading. So let's get into the chart. So the ticker was PSTV and I actually did a video on the same ticker last week because I tried to play it for this day 2 gap move here, which my thesis was correct, but I'd set the wrong profit targets. But having said that, I still kept it on my watch list for a pullback and a potential bounce day. So there's definitely different ways you can play these stocks. So as we can see, this is the day 1 move, gapping up on high volume. Day 2, big move again, still ended green on the day. Day 3, it was red. It tried to have a little green move there, but couldn't, came back down, closed red. And then this day 4, which is Tuesday the 11th of March 2025, is the day that I played it for a bounce. So that's the daily chart, and I'll get into the intraday chart on the 1 minute time frame to start with. So as I said, it was on my radar after that day 2 anyway, and could see on day 2 here it held support around the 127 level, and then the next day pre-market was very much holding that same support level there, and on market open on day 3 we can see again it's holding that support level, let's say 125 there, pushes off it nicely and yeah, it doesn't go any lower, so that is setting up to be a potential bottom there. As we can see, it's holding support across multiple days now. So it was on my radar the evening before, was making plans to see if I could play it for a bounce the next day, depending on what the action was after hours and pre-market. So after hours kind of held in that range, and then pre-market on the day that I played it, can see that it had this little spike pre-market, so that's maybe like hinting that it could have a bounce this day, and then it pulled back nicely to my risk level. So I put my risk level in at, I think the line's drawn at 125, but I think my risk was actually set at 124 just to allow a little bit of wiggle room. So I got into the trade pre-market, which I realised you can actually trade pre-market on TradingView now, despite my other videos saying you couldn't. So I got in at 7:21-ish. This is US time now. I've changed my chart to US time, and I got in at such a good price of 126, so I'm really pleased with that. And then risking off the 124. Now on this occasion, I am still undecided and unclear about whether, when you've got a risk, whether you wait to see how the price reacts to that risk before you buy, or whether you just get in there before because you don't want to miss the opportunity. For me on this occasion, it already indicated that was the support level because it was across multiple days. And I just had quite a good confidence in this one, so I, got in straight away at the 126 price, and obviously we can see afterwards it held that, but there was plenty of opportunity if I did want to see it test that risk for me to get in anywhere along here anyway. So yeah, I've got my order in there, market open. I do work on Tuesdays, so I made sure to take my lunch break at the market open so that I could actually do this trade properly and execute. And yeah, as you can see, it did have a lovely bounce. And I'm really not used to A, paper trading, but B, like having one actually go my way. So when I saw this like nice green candle, I was like, oh my God, wow, this is working. I need to sell some. And I'll explain my profit targets actually. So my first one is set at 134, where I've got this level of resistance here, which is way too early. But I think it was a combination of inexperience and just like a little bit of anxiety, I guess. I just want to get a little bit of a green trade. A lot of my trades have been red, and that's probably playing on my mind that I wanted to take a piece off just to like, bank some money. I know it's paper trading, but yeah, so definitely that was way too early. So I did sell some at 134, which is, I think it's about 7% gain, which to be honest isn't bad. But my thesis was this is going to bounce a lot higher, so I should have gone with that. Second profit target was here. Just trying to think why I chose that now. 141. Not actually sure. Maybe I was just crossing this level of action here. Maybe I was looking at percentage terms. I can't really remember. But anyway, sold some around 141, and then sold the rest at the pre-market highs of 150, which 150 is a 20% move. So almost, I think. So I'm really pleased with that one. But also my final profit target, which I had drawn on, was 184, and I'd put that on because of this level here, crossing over that area of resistance. And had I let that play out, it would have been the optimum place to sell. But obviously I didn't let it get that far. So, I'm really happy with that. Yes, I did sell too early, but I've identified the right setup, got in at a really good price. My risk was really good, and final profit target was where I sold was good, but yeah, obviously could have let it go on a little bit longer. And yeah, even though it was a paper trade, the emotions were very much there for me. It was sort of this sort of intense feeling of like, I want this to work, or like, oh, it's working. And like, yeah, I was getting sort of like the fear and the excitement was definitely going through me. But in the end, across all my sells, it worked out about a 13% profit overall, which definitely could have been more, and I'd like it to be more in the future. But at this stage, I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm just happy to identify the setup and actually turn over 10% profit. That's a really good starting point for me. So I'm really happy to have taken this trade. It's only my second successful first green day bounce trade. I haven't really played that many of them, to be honest, even though that's what I've been trying to focus on. They just haven't really been setting up right on my watch list, or haven't identified them correctly. And it's just really encouraging to have a taste of what's possible. Don't get me wrong, the majority of my trades, they are red, but I'm keeping my risk tight, my loss is small, and hopefully trades like this are going to make me profitable in the long run. So I hope this has been interesting, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next week.